I do remember when I turned 40, my dad telling me, because I said, boy, that 40 years went by fast, and my dad said, wait till the next 40. And boy, was he right. The next 10 went like nothing. So, folks, AM Minnesota, we're going to learn about the Riverbend Nature Center. Their Riverbend Ramble is tomorrow night, 36th annual event. My, oh my. I feel old today because I remember the early days of Riverbend when I first got here in 1987, and obviously they've been around before that. But I was just telling these ladies in studio, we have with us this morning Breanna Wheeler, the Executive Director, and Cindy Clayton, the Administrative Coordinator of Riverbend. But I remember when, was it Mr. Osterbauer?
I believe
was
so.
The Executive Director in the early years, and his office was in City Hall basement. And now you get to be right there on the beautiful grounds and drive in there every day, Breanna.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Is it Breanna or Breanna?
Breanna.
Okay, I got to get that right. And how about you? Cindy, have you been there a long time?
I just started in May.
Oh, isn't it awesome to go there every day?
It is awesome. Yeah, when I first drove in for my very first interview, I was greeted by a flock of geese that were in the road. There was nothing better.
Yeah, and you get to see the changing of the seasons.
Yes, and it's absolutely beautiful right now. With we're at the peak of the leaves changing, so people really need to come out and take a look at that. And if they want to do family pictures or something, Riverbend would be the place to take those pictures at.
I never thought of that. That's a great idea. Boy, this lady's full of ideas, isn't she,
Yes,
Breanna?
she is.
They got their bid numbers on the back of their programs for tomorrow night. What a terrific number instead of having a terrific idea instead of having a separate sheet of paper with a number on it. Just put it right on the back of the program. Did you see that somewhere else, or did you come up with that yourself?
We actually wanted less paper to fall out, and so I reserved the back cover for that.
The bid
purpose.
number. Yeah.
Yep.
What a great idea. So when is the Ramble tomorrow, and where is the Ramble tomorrow?
The Ramble is going to be held at the Inn at Shattuck tomorrow, and it begins at 5:30.
The Inn at Shattuck.
The Inn at Shattuck. So it's on the campus of Shattuck St. Mary's, and when you go through the arch, it's over to the left, and it's a beautiful place.
Do you have a large conference room or something?
They have a ballroom, and then this year's theme is Choose Your Own Adventure, and so we'll have both indoor and outdoor activities that people can choose from. We'll have our silent auction, live auction. We'll have music, both excuse me, both inside and outside. And
we also have make your own buckthorn walking stick from the
there's a way to get rid of buckthorn.
That's right. That's
I love
right.
that.
And we also have make your own prairie seed packets. And then we're going to have a cheese sampling from the Cheese Cave. And we have a tent out in the front of the Inn at Shattuck as well. And guitar music at Fireside. Hopefully the weather holds out for us. And then you can roast marshmallows and have some s'mores as well.
Yeah, well, I didn't see a sneak peek of tomorrow night's weather, but I think they're talking rain, aren't they?
Well, I think it's going to be done by the time Ramble starts.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're a very confident young lady.
Yes.
So what time is the Ramble?
Ramble begins at 5:30, and we should probably be wrapped up, I would think, by 9.
Okay.
Yes.
And can I still get tickets?
Yes, you can still get tickets. You can either go online to our website at www.rbnc.org/ramble, or you can give us a call at 507-332-7151.
Or you can stop into Riverbend and see us in person.
How much are they?
They are $50 a ticket, and like we said, you could stop in, get them online, or give us a call.
Okay. So it's never too late. Is it more at the door, or is it?
There are a limited number at the door. We recommend that people get them in advance.
Oh, you're very close to selling out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're very close.
Yeah. Well, usually, I think, if I remember right, and memory is not one of my fortes these days, usually it is a sellout, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because everybody knows it's a good time.
Yes, and a very good cause.
Oh, for a terrific cause. Riverbend Nature Center. I've always said it's one of Faribault's not-so-hidden gems. over on Faribault's east side. We're going to get a opening market report courtesy of your KDHL Agri Boosters, and then we'll speak more with these ladies about Riverbend, what they do at Riverbend, and they got some upcoming events too they want to tell you about when AM Minnesota continues. In studio this morning on AM Minnesota are the Executive Director, Breanna Wheeler, and the Administrative Coordinator, Cindy Clayton, from Riverbend Nature Center here in Faribault, which is just a terrific place. If you've never been there, we certainly invite you to come on up. In fact, if you're a guest, how does that work?
If you want to come and visit Riverbend?
Yeah, if you're from Kenyon or Elysian or Waterville and you just want to stop by for a day or something.
Yep. There are no entrance fees, so people are just free to come on in and check out our 743 acres. We've got the straight river that runs through, so there's riverbank, there's woods, prairies, wetlands. It's a beautiful place to explore.
Yeah, it's amazing how you have all those different kind of environments right there in that 743 acres.
And 10 miles of trails, so people can walk, bike, take their dog for a walk. In the wintertime, we have snowshoe and ski rentals for cross-country skiing, and so it's just a beautiful place to come and check out.
Well, I know it seems like my brother's dog really likes that place.
It's a popular activity at the Nature Center, a lot of dog walkers.
But remember to pick up.
That's correct.
Right.
And put your dog on a leash.
Well, that's right. You have to keep the dog on a leash.
Yes, yes.
You think most people do that?
Most people do. Most people do. And it's very important for the safety of your dog and the wildlife and plants around.
Right. What kind of wildlife do you have at Riverbend?
Oh my gosh.
Lots of deer?
Yes, we have deer. We've got some muskrat activity up on our upper pond.
We have
Go ahead.
We have a lot of turtles.
Oh, sure.
And we have a really special turtle called the wood turtle. And it's very rare, so we're really honored to have that.
Are frogs making a comeback?
Frogs are usually in the springtime is the biggest time of the year to hear the frogs. And yes, there's frogs. There are lots of pollinators. Snakes, yes. Beautiful place to find snakes at the Riverbend Nature Center.
If you like snakes, which I don't.
Right. Well, you'll have to come to a program and learn to appreciate them.
Nah, well, I don't not appreciate them. I just don't really like snakes too much. I have a niece who keeps them as pets.
Okay.
And I really don't understand that. They don't purr, they're not warm. I don't understand that. But that's what makes the world a great place. We all have different tastes, right?
That's correct.
That's right.
So let's get a little bit more information about the Riverbend Ramble tomorrow night, because you got a great silent auction. I was looking on your website. Man, oh man, you want to run down some of those items?
Yes. So we've got about 80 items on our silent auction. And I'll let Cindy talk about that in a minute. But first, I want to talk a little bit about the live auction items.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Our live auction items, we have a bird feeding station that was handcrafted by Windswept Hill Farm in Dakota County. It's a unique piece. We have pedicures for a year from Sunset Salon.
Now, can people see pictures of this on your website?
Yes, you can go to our website, same website, www.rbnc.org/ramble, and they can learn more about each of these items.
I love that. You got an easy to remember website, rbnc.org.
Yes, and another live auction item we have is a Gopher football experience for two, taking the Fanbulance, donated by Tony Langerud, up to next week's Gopher game against Michigan State. We have a vintage plane ride and tour that was donated by Rare Aircraft. We have a wood strip canoe that was built by Jim Pickner. A prairie tour at Dr. Dick and Nancy Houston's home west of town. And a handcrafted compost bin that was made by Nathan Smishek as part of his Eagle Scout program or project for Riverbend. So lots of awesome live auction items. Need not be there to bid. So if you are not able to attend Ramble and you check those items out and there's something you're really interested in, give us a call at 332-7151 and we can set up a bid by proxy for you.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and we have, like you mentioned, we have some fabulous silent auction items, and we have some trees coming from Farmer Seed and Nursery, and a large hosting basket donated from Richard and Levon Brick and Becky Minnick. We also have some $50 gift certificates from Donahue's Greenhouse that were donated for, and some shrubs from Story Landscaping. And then some things just for you would be a Nintendo Switch with a $50 gift card was donated. And that's from Bob Crone and Mary Cameron Crone. And then we also have a toy tractor from Matichek Implement. That's a 966 case tractor. And handmade buckthorn pen.
We should stop and talk about that for a minute. So Mike Sandberg on our Ramble committee has created some special, we have 12 of them, so they're one of a kind, buckthorn pens made from Riverbend buckthorn, and they are stamped with Riverbend Nature Center Ramble 2017, and so we're really excited about that,
cool.
That use of those.
Yeah, so 2 of them are going to be on the live auction, or I'm sorry, on the silent auction.
What'd you put for a opening bid on it?
$10.
Okay.
Which is a steal.
No, it's homemade.
Yes, yes.
And then we also have a Riverbend Nature Center birthday party gift card that was donated by Jan Mitchell. So you can bring your kids out and have a fabulous birthday party at Riverbend, and with a program and everything that was donated. And we have a
oh, I never thought of that.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. They do a great job.
My next milestone birthday, I think I might have one.
It doesn't have to just be for kids.
Yeah,
That's right.
Why not?
We also have a gift certificate from the Cheese Cave for a wine and cheese pairing for 6 people. And you'll be able to sample their cheese. They will be there sampling out their cheese too, so we're excited about that. And Jane McWilliams and Jan Mitchell are also going to make a homemade Middle Eastern dinner for 6. And so that's going to be on our silent auction. And then we also have some different works of art. So if you're looking for a photo of Riverbend, we have several of them. We also have Pheasants Forever, a limited edition 12-inch fine art print from Sea Glass Fine Art Photography. And
a Terry Redlin as well. So if you're...
I love wildlife art.
Yes.
In fact, I've got a few pieces that I don't have rooms on walls to put them up. So,
right.
You know, one of those deals. So I've been thinking maybe I'm going to hang them in my garage or something.
So lots of awesome silent auction items. We're really, that's just a sample of them. There's many more. And
yeah, 80 you said.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Now this is obviously a fundraiser. That's what keeps Riverbend ticking, right?
That's correct. That's correct. So Riverbend, over 10,000 people a year are part of Riverbend, either through the education programs, through recreation, or the conservation activities of Riverbend. And we're really a gateway to the natural world, and it ignites that love of nature and love of the outdoors, and that starts when people are kids, and it lasts a lifetime. So it's very important, and it's really more important than ever right now because we have technology and screens and really busy schedules, and all of that is taking a toll on people's health, and people are stressed. And so Riverbend is a great place to go, to be able to let go, let your shoulders down, breathe in the fresh air, and become renewed, to be able to get back into that busy schedule each day. And so that's some of the reasons why Riverbend's important. And we've got our 40th anniversary coming up that we're going to be celebrating starting next June.
You have a big shindig, are you?
Well, it's going to be a year-long celebration, and so we really need everybody's support in the community so that we can expand our programs and our outreach, and that we can reach more people, we can grow our volunteer opportunities and grow our member and our donor base and take care of the land. So
That's what it's all about.
yeah.
Now that, well, I won't go into the history of how it all started because you may not have that.
The history of how it all started.
How it got started.
Well,
yeah.
it was a vision of Orwin Rustad, who who had a dream for the property there.
Did you ever get to meet Orwin?
I did, actually.
Oh, that's cool.
I worked at St. Lucas Care Center for a number of years, and he lived at Deaconess Tower. And I actually would talk with him most every day because we were both outdoors people. And so I feel really fortunate that I got to meet him, and now here I am in the place that he dreamed up.
Yeah, I mean, Orwin was on the show numerous times.
Was he?
In the first years I got here, and then, of course, as he got older, didn't come on quite as often, but I would go pick him up. That was awesome.
Yeah, he would talk to me about the different birds that I might find, and where I might find them, and it was pretty neat.
So you're a birder?
I don't know if I'd call myself a birder. I do better with plants and things that don't move. But yes.
So Cindy, you must be a lover of nature. You wouldn't have applied for the job there either.
I am. I'm kind of plants and animals. I like things that move and things that are stationary. And since I've been at Riverbend, there's been a gentleman there that has taken us out and kind of started developing my bird watching skills. So I appreciate that. And then we've also done seed gathering there in the prairie, and that it has helped me identify different plants and give me a different outlook and respect for the grasses of the prairies. It's been kind of fun.
Yeah, this used to all be prairie, didn't it?
Well, prairies and woods.
Way back in the day.
Yep. Along the water, you would find more tree species, and in the more upland areas, more prairie.
Sure. Again, folks, Riverbend Nature Center has their 36th annual Riverbend Ramble tomorrow evening. They're very close to a sellout, so if you want tickets, you might want to pop on the website right now and get them, right?
That's correct.
That's correct.
How close are you to a sellout?
We're very close. We'll have to go back to the office right now and see where we're at.
Oh,
so
cool.
yes.
You're that close?
Yes.
That's awesome to hear. So again, Riverbend Ramble is tomorrow night. You've got some other events you wanted to plug too, right?
Yes, I wanted
Breanna?
to talk a little bit about Bats, Bones, and Bonfires. That's our family Halloween festival. That's coming up Saturday, October 28th from 2 to 6. This year we're doing something new where you can pre-register online and you get a discount off your ticket price, and you will also be able to go right through and not sit in the line of cars to get registered that night. So definitely come check it out. It will be a fun night. Wear your Halloween costumes. There will be activities on the trails. There will be animals. There will be a lot of Halloween fun.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Again, that's October 28th. Just a couple of days before Halloween.
Yes.
Right. That weekend. So it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. You got some other events coming up that you might want to give a plug to?
Oh, our Give to the Max year end is coming up probably in December. December. And we'll be sending out letters for that event shortly.
Do anything special for the holidays?
The holidays.
Yeah,
Gosh.
What a great idea to give a Riverbend membership for a Christmas present.
Yes, that's a wonderful idea. So we do have a small gift shop that we sell various items at, and you should definitely come out and check out what we've got there as you're starting to do your holiday shopping.
So maybe I'll have some of these buckthorn pens there?
Maybe.
You can
We'll
find
just have
some
to see.
bird feeders there, I'm sure.
Yes, and Riverbend apparel and
Bird
water
houses.
bottles and things of that nature. Yes.
Yeah, books. I
Seem
seem to recall you had some books in the
There are
gift
some
store.
books.
T-shirts.
T-shirts, and then a really special thing you can do that I think helps connect people in with Riverbend is to give a gift of a membership, because then members would receive our quarterly newsletter and they can really be in the know about everything that there is to get with a membership.
Now we were chatting a bit off the air during the market update about how bats are leaving us.
Yes.
And you were saying that this white nose fungus, or whatever it's called,
yes,
is kind of decimating them.
Yes, it is. Every year when they're doing the counts of bats, there are fewer and fewer bats being found, and there's a whole range of levels of optimism. Some people take a very optimistic view.
Is there something we can do to help with this, Breanna?
Well, if you're exploring caves, like Mystery Cave here in Minnesota and other places, they have all kinds of precautions to make sure that people's feet are clean, that they're not carrying that fungus. But there's a lot that isn't known, and they're learning more and more about it every day. But the moral of the story is if you have a chance to get your kids out to see bats, that's a pretty special thing to make sure that they get to see, because it may one day with this white nose fungus be something that they wouldn't be able to see.
So if I'm hearing you right, they may become extinct.
There is a chance, yes.
Well, that would be sad. I remember as a kid growing up in Spring Valley, where Mystery Cave is, used to have lots of bats. Go out at night, they'd all be around the street lights. I'm sure they had some here too.
Well, the thing is you don't know when you lose something like that how it connects with the other pieces of nature. So if we don't have bats, what happens to our mosquito population? What happens to, so some of those things you don't know until you're faced with it.
So if my speculation would be, if we don't have bats, we have more mosquitoes, because they eat a lot of mosquitoes. That's one good reason to have bats.
That's right.
There's some other good reasons.
Boy, I think for pollination,
Sure.
there's some plants I know, at least in the desert, that are only pollinated by bats. I'm not quite sure on the status here in Minnesota,
right.
But I would imagine they perform a whole range of services to our ecosystems that.
So they don't really know what causes this white fungus.
I am not an expert on it, and
right.
so I wouldn't be able to tell you technically, but I'm sure you can get more information online about it.
Well, I'm going to try and find me an expert. We're going to do an AM Minnesota show on it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize they were that close to extinction. That'd be sad. Under our watch, our generation's watch.
Well, and that's why places like Riverbend Nature Center are important, because this is a great place for people to learn more about how humans and nature are connected, and how we can preserve and protect the world for future generations.
And there's no question that we have an impact on their environment and vice versa.
That's correct.
Who was here first?
Probably the bats.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that matters to any of us, but anyway, AM Minnesota will be, oh, by the way, I wanted to plug a couple of upcoming shows while I got a minute here. Next week, we're going to have a real fun week, not that we don't every week, but on Monday, I'm going to head over to Kenyon at the Fire Hall. We're going to visit with Scott Miner. He's their fire chief. We're going to talk about some fire prevention, and primarily, we're probably going to discuss, rural, like combine fires and grain bin rescues, not necessarily all fire related. So I'm looking forward to that. Heading to their brand new fire hall in Kenyon. Remember, we were there for the grand opening. Can't remember if it was April or May. That was a lot of fun. Tuesday, Breanna would love this show. David Bedford is going to be with us talking about apple breeding. Well, Jerry will be hosting the show on Tuesday. What's New in Northfield is a fire-related show. The fire chief couldn't be with us, but he's going to send out a firefighter. We're going to talk about fire prevention in Northfield next Wednesday. Why my thing about well, it's Fire Prevention Week next week, so it makes sense. We're going to have a rural with Kenyon and a city with Northfield. Of course, this past week we had Dusty Dienst on Wednesday here in the KDHL studios. Juliana Skuzacek joins us on Thursday. Love Letters, Merlin Players production. Terrific play. Terrific. It's awesome. You'll love it. It's a tremendous drama. And then on Friday, I'm looking forward to this show too. Dr. Roy Anderson, what a great guy, is going to stop in, and we're going to talk about the honor flights that they do. I've asked to be a host, not a host. What do you call it?
You go out with them.
Yeah. The word escapes me. But anyway, I'm hoping to go on one of these. Problem is, they do them on Saturdays, and I'm typically doing a Carleton football game. So I'm hoping that between the football and basketball seasons, they will have an honor flight that I'll be able to go on. It costs you, by the way, if you're going to be a chaperone or whatever they call it, $500. I think it's money well spent to get to visit with these guys. We're going to have a couple of folks who are veterans who have been on these honor flights with Dr. Roy next Friday. Wayne Wingham was stationed in Iceland when he was in the service, and Cliff Voxland was stationed in Alaska. What a neat deal that would have been. I went to Alaska in July, so it'll be fun to visit with Cliff and Wayne and, of course, Dr. Roy about the honor flight and how you can be involved and how you can get a veteran on that honor flight. So that'll be cool next week. Let's summarize the Riverbend Ramble 36th annual event. People better jump on the website now or head to Riverbend soon as you can to get your tickets, right?
That's correct. Yes, tomorrow night in at Shattuck, 5:30 p.m.
Awesome.
We just want to mention a thank you to our sponsors. At the platinum level, we have KGP and the Carlander family. At the gold is Reese Winter and Associates. The silver level was the Shaddocks of St. Mary's, ABC Bus, First United Bank,
Myrna Osterman Podlager, Marvin Sarah Schroeder, Waseca County Dairy Association, and Dr. Bill and Wendy Wustenberg family.
It'll be a great time, guaranteed. That's why so many people go back each and every year, the Riverbend Ramble. Again, at the Inn in Shattuck.
The Inn at Shattuck, tomorrow, October 7th at 5:30.
And October 28th is your...
Bats, Bones, and Bonfires, 2 to 6 p.m. out at Riverbend Nature Center. Go online to www.rbnc.org. I can't remember what the backslash is. It might be
okay.
/bats, I think.
It doesn't matter. They'll find it when they go to your website.
Yes, they will.
Riverbend Nature Center. Very navigable website. Very nice website. All right, that concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota. I certainly want to thank Breanna Wheeler and Cindy Clayton for stopping by our KDHL studios, and look forward to going to the Fire Hall in Kenyon. By the way, Monday's Columbus Day. Did you know that? Columbus Day, which people are saying we probably shouldn't celebrate anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. We won't talk about that, I promise. We'll just talk about fire prevention and get some fire safety tips. Scott was sweating bullets just seconds ago. That concludes our show. You're in tune to KDHL AM, Faribault, Minnesota.